Hello, everyone. Pastor Butch here with our devotion for today. Now, the subject we've been using is the subject of evangelism, personal evangelism. And I have to admit, when this topic was assigned to me, I cringed just a little bit. You see, personal evangelism is not one of my strong points. I do not have the gift of evangelism. I always wished I had the gift of evangelism, but that is not a gift that God has given me. I can be evangelistic when I'm preaching and teaching, but I don't have the gift of evangelism. Secondly, I am more of an introvert than an extrovert. That may surprise some of you who see me on Sunday mornings. But on Sunday mornings, I'm operating in the realm of my giftedness of preaching and teaching. But those who know me best know that when I'm with a group of people, and especially if I'm not comfortable with that group or do not know them very well, I am more of an introvert than an extrovert. Then on top of that as well, my past experiences in personal evangelism have not always been the best. Now, I know as a pastor that I'm told in 2 Timothy 4:5 that I'm to do the work of an evangelist. And so throughout my training to be a pastor, I've had lots of training in personal evangelism. And I've had experiences, not always very positive. For instance, I was required to do street evangelism, walking up to someone cold turkey on the street and asking them the question, if you were to die tonight, do you know where you'd spend eternity? I did not see much fruit from using that method. Then there was the door-to-door evangelism. This was popular years ago. Churches would send you out into neighborhoods. You would knock on everybody's door. I didn't have much success with the personal evangelism part. Did help my prayer life a lot, because as I would go to house, I would be praying, God, please don't let their dog bite me. And then secondly, I'd be praying, Lord, please let nobody be home, because I'm just not comfortable doing this. Then also I was required to do cold phone calls, just going through the phone book, picking a number, calling somebody up and trying to start a conversation with them on the phone and just saying to them, do you know where you'd spend eternity if you were to die tonight? None of those methods worked real well for me. The reality is evangelism does work best out of relationships. When we have relationships with others, it helps us to be able to share our faith. That's what Peter was talking about in 1 Peter 3:15 when he told us that we always need to be prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you. So we need to be prepared. So what's involved in being prepared? Number one, we have to have a plan. Now, if you haven't seen Craig Peters' daily devotion from Saturday, I would recommend that you go back and that you watch that, because Craig does an excellent job in giving you some practical tools on how you can share the gospel with others. But as a part of that plan, we need to be able to articulate the gospel. Can you do that? If not, you need to get prepared to do that. Now, there's many different methods. I've been taught the Romans road of sharing your faith, the bridge illustration as a way to share your faith, sharing your faith with one verse from John 3:16, or sharing from 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 1 through 4. It really doesn't matter what plan you use, but you need to have a plan so that you are able to articulate the gospel. And then just tell your story. See, some people will want to argue with you, so we're not out to win arguments, but what are we out to do? We are out to share the difference that Jesus has made in our lives and how he can make a difference in the lives of everyone, how he can give us hope. And especially at this time when a lot of people are fearful and they're wondering about what will happen to them in the future, we can share the hope that we have in Jesus. I hope these few thoughts have been helpful for you. Look for opportunities to share your faith in a natural way.